My name is Claude Bird, and I am the lead singer and frontman of Triguna. I recorded an album recently with Triguna, The Mark of Sacrifice. So it took me about 2 days to record the album. We did all of the lows for one day. I was kind of going through a cold thing. The next day we banged out a lot of the stuff. I'm happy with the way it sounded in the end, after Nutty Pot right to the nose. And yeah, it was fun. Tried a lot of new vocal styles. Tried the cleans, the dirty cleans I want to call them, on songs 1 and 2. And did a lot of the old highs and lows, and the range got bigger, so I'm very happy about it. Very happy about the way that everything turned out vocally in this album. It's pre-production for us, as Triguna, for me specifically, doing the vocals was a godsend. We ended up using some of the high vocals that we did because the day that we had the studio set, I was getting a cold, so my highs, some parts weren't exactly where I wanted them to be. It was a fun time. That's actually where we got some of the new vocal ideas in there, specifically the clean part found in song 4. Gave me a lot of knowledge as to where my holes were, and that filled everything up for the day of the studio. The concept for this album was a pretty raw idea, inspired by...
Stop. Raw? No.
So the concept for this album was a pretty rad idea. The concept of this album, The Mark of Sacrifice, was inspired by a manga called Berserk. It was just something that it was very fun to write about because it had a lot of emotion, it had a lot of action, it had a lot of stuff to make a good, gnarly metal album out of. It gave us a lot of room to work with, and most importantly, I liked just the linear storyline and working around that, and it makes my writing just flow a lot more organically and with a lot of ease. Gratifying Seven Hearts was definitely easier to write about because it just hit home so hard. It was a concept about an actual event that happened, and it was about a father figure that passed away very early. We lost him, and it's close to my heart, it's close to everybody's heart that was around him. So that flowed a lot easier, but it was not very fun to write about. Not like this album, The Mark of Sacrifice. A lot more fun to perform live too. The Mark of Sacrifice was my little fantasy take on it. I got to add all the parts that I felt as though didn't get enough light in the manga, and I got to put all of my inflection on it and all of my emphasis on all those parts. And that for me was fun because it felt like I had a little creative control there, and it's fun to work with. When I sing about it, I kind of just go into a generic frame of mind. I divided up the album to see as like the hawk being more of the high screams and the wolf being more of the low screams. So when I separate those, I kind of do try to embody those, and I kind of wrote about it in the lyrics that way too, separating the emotions and personalities of either character. So when I perform it and when I sing it, I do try to embody those, take more of a composed, strong, forceful high scream, and then with the low screams, just a lot of raw power, brute force.
You still managed to work raw in, man. That was raw. Cheers to that.
Yeah.
Thank you for